Hello everyone, welcome to History and Culture. In the folk tradition, Li Jing has been portrayed as the image of the Marshal of the Heavenly Canopy, appearing in many folk stories and beloved by the common people. In actual history, he was a legendary figure who achieved extraordinary feats for the Tang Dynasty. Nearly half of the Tang Empire's territory was conquered by Li Jing. It's no wonder that Emperor Li Yuan of the Tang Dynasty praised him, saying, "Even the famous generals of ancient times like Han Xian, Bai Qi, Wei Qing, and Hua Zubing cannot compare to him." Even when considering the 5,000 years of Chinese history, outstanding generals like Li Jing are rare. In the year 571 AD, Li Jing was born in Sanyuan, Guangzhou, Sanyuan, Shaanxi. His original name was Li Yaoshi. Li Jing's grandfather, Li Chongyi, and father, Li Quan, were both high-ranking officials of the previous dynasty. However, the most famous figure in their family was Li Jing's uncle, the renowned general of the Sui dynasty, Han Qinhu. This Han Qinhu was a founding general of the Sui dynasty. It is said that at the age of 13, he killed a tiger, hence his name Han Qinhu, which reflects his remarkable martial skills. Growing up in such a family, Li Jing was influenced from an early age and set lofty aspirations. If a man encounters a wise ruler, he must strive to achieve success and seek wealth and honor. After setting his aspirations, Li Jing began to study extensively and also enjoyed studying military strategy. He often discussed military strategy with his uncle Han Qinhu. Despite his young age, he was always insightful. Han Qinhu once praised his nephew in front of others. "The only child who can discuss the strategies of Sun Tzu and Wu Qi with me is probably this child." Although Li Jing had great aspirations, he needed to gain experience to make a difference. It wasn't until he was 40 years old that Li Jing finally got the opportunity to become an official. In the later years of the Sui dynasty, during the reign of Emperor Yongguang of Sui, Li Jing was appointed as the magistrate of Mai County, modern-day Shuozhou, Shaanxi. At this time, his direct superior was none other than the Duke of Tang, Li Yuan, the future emperor of Tang. At that time, Li Yuan was still serving as an official of the Sui dynasty, stationed in Taiyuan. However, because Li Yuan controlled the military forces, his cousin Emperor Yongguang was very distrustful of him. When Li Jing was appointed as the magistrate here and became Li Yuan's subordinate, the sharp-witted Li Jing quickly sensed Li Yuan's suspicious activities and felt that he intended to rebel. As an official of the Sui dynasty, it was Li Jing's duty to report Li Yuan's plan to rebel to Emperor Yongguang. However, things didn't go as planned. When Li Jing arrived in Chongzhen, he found that there was chaos in and around Chongzhen, and the roads were impassable. Li Jing was stranded in Chongzhen and was unable to go to Jiangdu to report Li Yuan's rebellion plan to Emperor Yongguang. At the same time, in the 13th year of Day, 617 AD, in November, Li Yuan led 200,000 troops to rebel from Taiyuan, breaking into Chongzhen in a grand manner. When Li Yuan entered Chongzhen, Li Jing was still trapped in Chongzhen. Li Yuan soon learned that Li Jing intended to expose his plan to rebel. If this happened, his rebellion plan would be ruined before it even began. After learning of this situation, Li Yuan was very angry and ordered that Li Jing be executed. Li Jing was tied up and prepared for execution. At this moment, Li Jing shouted loudly, "If you want to pacify the world, how can you kill a valiant man out of personal grudges?" Upon hearing this, Li Yuan hesitated. At this time, an important figure appeared. He was Prince Qin, Li Shimin. Li Shimin admired Li Jing's courage and military ability and persuaded his father Li Yuan to spare him, believing that he would be useful in future battles. Li Jing thus gained a lifeline for his son and was spared. Finally, Li Jing was arranged to serve under Li Shimin and became a member of the Prince of Qin's mansion. Even after Li Jing served the Tang Dynasty, Emperor Li Yuan, the founding emperor of the Tang Dynasty, still didn't trust him and tried several times to find an excuse to kill him. After all, his rebellion against the Sui dynasty was almost thwarted by Li Jing. However, in any era, one earns a living by one's abilities. Li Jing, with his military prowess, contributed 3 major achievements to the Tang Dynasty and eventually gained Li Yuan's trust. These 3 achievements, in the words of Li Shimin, are: much of the territory of the Tang Dynasty was conquered by Li Jing's army, extending from the south to Vietnam, from the north to Lake Baikal in Russia, and from the west to Qinghai and Xinjiang. Historical records indicate that Li Jing roughly opened up 7 million square kilometers of territory. Therefore, Li Jing did play a very important role in the establishment of the Tang Dynasty. At that time, there was a small kingdom in the south called later Liang, ruled by Shao Xian, who commanded an army of over 400,000 and occupied a large area in the middle reaches of the Yangtze River, establishing his own power. Li Yuan had always been troubled by this and wanted to find an opportunity to eliminate Shao Xian. In the 4th year of Wu-De, 621 AD, in February, Li Jing presented a memorial to Emperor Li Yuan, proposing 10 strategies to attack Shao Xian. After reading it, Li Yuan was delighted and believed that this plan was feasible, deciding to send troops to attack Shao Xian. In September of the same year, Li Yuan appointed Prince Zhao, Li Shaogong, as the commander of the army, and Li Jing as the general commanding the march and concurrently as the chief of staff, leading troops to attack later Liang. Li Shaogong, as a member of the Li Tang clan, held the highest position nominally, but due to his slightly inferior military literacy and lack of military experience, Emperor Li Yuan specially arranged for Li Jing to handle all military matters, meaning that Li Jing was the actual commander of this campaign. The Tang army set out from Kuizhou, modern-day Fengjie, Chongqing, down the Yangtze River. When they were about to pass through the 3 gorges, they encountered floods. It was autumn, and the water in the 3 gorges was rising. Normally, this was not the time to launch an attack downstream. Shao Xian of later Liang also thought so. He believed that the Tang army would not take risks to attack and therefore neglected their defenses, allowing the soldiers to rest and farm. According to historical records, at this time, Shao Xian only left a few thousand soldiers by his side, while the rest were sent to various places. The soldiers of the Tang army also requested to halt temporarily due to the swift current, but Li Jing made a different judgment. Li Jing said, "The essence of warfare is swiftness. If we gather our forces and set off now while Shao Xian has not yet noticed, if we cross the river while the water is rising and suddenly arrive under the enemy's city, catching Shao Xian off guard, we will surely seize this opportunity." Inspired by him, the entire army braved the danger and crossed the 3 gorges. The army then broke through Jingmen, Yidu, Beijiang, and other places one after another. The Tang army rushed to the gates of Jiangling city. At this time, Shao Xian of later Liang was inside Jiangling city, but he had only a few thousand soldiers defending it. Shao Xian needed to go to other places to recruit reinforcements. However, Shao Xian's reinforcements were far away and could not arrive immediately. On one hand, Shao Xian sent a few people to find reinforcements, and on the other hand, he let the few thousand soldiers in the city fight desperately against the Tang army. Prince Zhao, Li Shaogong, saw that the enemy had few soldiers and thought it would be easy to defeat them, so he prepared to launch an attack on the Liang army. However, Li Jing advised against it, saying, "The enemy is hastily fighting to prevent the city from being breached, they lack a battle plan. Their momentum will not last long. Instead of our army attacking hastily now, it's better for us to stay on the south bank temporarily and wait. The enemy will surely relax. When the time comes, we can attack again. If we rush now, the Liang army will fight desperately. They are fierce and brave, it won't be easy to defeat them." However, Li Shaogong did not listen to Li Jing's advice. In his view, the Tang army had been victorious all the way and had sharp soldiers, so there was no need to worry about the few thousand enemy soldiers in front of them. Therefore, Li Shaogong ordered Li Jing to stay behind on the south bank of the river, while he personally led the elite troops to attack. As Li Jing had predicted, the result of this battle was just as he expected. The Liang army, with no way to retreat, had to fight desperately. Li Shaogong, who underestimated the enemy, was defeated and retreated. When Li Shaogong fled in defeat, the army abandoned a large amount of money, grain, and supplies. The soldiers of the Liang army abandoned their boats and landed ashore, scrambling for spoils of war, causing chaos in the army. At this time, Li Jing was observing from the rear. Seeing the chaos caused by the Liang army scrambling for the spoils of war, Li Jing knew that the opportunity had come. He immediately led the remaining troops to launch a counterattack, defeating the Liang army. Then, seizing the opportunity, Li Jing pursued the enemy all the way to the gates of Jiangling city, capturing a large number of Xiao Xian's warships. Then Li Jing made a move that puzzled everyone. He ordered the captured warships to be placed in the river and allowed them to drift downstream. The generals were puzzled and asked, after defeating the enemy and capturing spoils of war, we should make good use of them. How can we abandon them to aid the enemy? Li Jing replied, Xiao Xian occupies a vast area, and his army is numerous. If we, with our army alone, cannot capture Jiangling in time, when the enemy's reinforcements arrive, we will be in a dilemma of being attacked from both sides, with no way to advance or retreat. Even if we have these warships, what use are they? If we abandon these warships and let them float downstream, when Xiao Xian's reinforcements see them, they will surely think that Jiangling has already fallen and dare not advance rashly. Even if they send people to scout, it will take at least 10 days to a month. By then, we will have already taken Jiangling. As Li Jing predicted, when more than 1,000 unmanned ghost ships silently and grandly floated downstream, the reinforcements of Xiao Xian saw the warships floating on the river and were all frightened, afraid to advance. A few days later, Xiao Xian surrendered to the Tang Dynasty. Li Jing ordered to treat Xiao Xian's subordinates kindly. As a result, the morale of the enemy soldiers was greatly relieved, and the reinforcements that arrived successively also surrendered to the Tang Dynasty. In the 7th year of Wu-De, 624 AD, in March, Li Jing and Li Shaogong led the army to suppress the armed rebellion of Fu Gongji in the Jianghuai region. This meant that the entire southern region was unified. The success of the campaign to pacify the south was inseparable from Li Jing's flexible and versatile command. After the war, Li Jing was appointed as the Minister of War of the Southeastern Circuit and acting chief historian of the governor of Yangzhou. Emperor Li Yuan praised Li Jing happily, saying, Li Jing is the nemesis of Xiao Xian and Fu Gongji. Compared with him, the famous generals of ancient times such as Han Xian, Bai Qi, Wei Qing, and Hua Zubing are far behind. After the southern region was unified during the Tang Dynasty, the strategic focus shifted to the northern border areas. In the 2nd year of Zhengguan, 628 AD, in August, there was turmoil within the Eastern Turkic Khaganate. Emperor Taizong of Tang seized the opportunity and dispatched Li Jing as the overall commander of the Dingxiang Road expedition, with Zhang Gongjin as the deputy commander. They led troops northward together with Li Jie, Shui Wancheng, Chai Shao, and others, launching simultaneous attacks on the Eastern Turkic Khaganate. During this campaign, Li Jing made an unexpected strategic decision. Known for his boldness in warfare, Li Jing led over 3,000 troops deep into the heartland of the Eastern Turkic Khaganate. When the junior Khagan of the Eastern Turkic Khaganate, Tuli Khagan, heard that Li Jing had attacked with just over 3,000 troops, he was puzzled and confused, thinking that there must be a large army following behind Li Jing. Tuli Khagan said, if the Tang army doesn't have a large army following behind, how could Li Jing dare to advance alone? So, the junior Khagan was worried that a large Tang army was close behind, and fearing this, he turned and fled. Li Jing aggressively pursued him from behind, occupying territory as he chased, and many tribes on the grasslands came to surrender. At this point, the Khagan of the Eastern Turkic Khaganate, Bilge Khagan, was also very afraid. he took the initiative to propose peace talks to the Tang Dynasty. Emperor Taizong sent Tang Jian to negotiate with him. With the other side proposing peace talks, the Tang Dynasty also sent Tang Jian to negotiate. In theory, Li Jing should have paused the attack and waited to see the outcome of the negotiations. However, before the results of the negotiations came out, Li Jing told his subordinates, "Keep attacking and continue the assault." His subordinates objected, saying that negotiations were underway, and Tang Jian was with the Turkic people. But Li Jing said, "This is an opportunity for military action. We can't miss it. It's like when Han Xian broke through the state of Qi, sacrificing insignificant figures like Tang Jian is nothing to regret." Li Jing paid no attention to these objections. Leading the cavalry, he directly attacked the Eastern Turkic Khaganate's main camp. Bilge Khagan was negotiating with Tang Jian, so he was not vigilant. When he learned that Li Jing was charging over, Bilge Khagan was extremely surprised and hastily fled. Li Jing captured more than 100,000 enemy troops, while Tang Jian fortunately escaped with his life. Later, while Bilge Khagan was fleeing, he was captured alive by the Western Army under Zhang Baoxiang's command, and the Eastern Turkic Khaganate was declared extinct. The Tang dynasty's territory expanded to the north of the Ain Mountains and the Mongolian grasslands. When the news reached Chongzhen, Emperor Taizong was ecstatic. He drank a lot of alcohol, got drunk, and even danced a little dance. The whole country celebrated for 5 days. Emperor Taizong was so happy because the Eastern Turkic Khaganate had always been a major threat to the Tang dynasty's border. In the early years of Zhengguan, the Turkic people even attacked as far as the Wei River outside the capital Chongzhen, and Emperor Taizong took great risks by personally forging an alliance with them. This victory brought immense joy to Emperor Taizong. By the way, the Turkic people later retreated westward and established the Turkish Empire in the west. Li Jing's great victory had a profound impact on European history as well. After the war, Li Jing was appointed as the right chief minister of the Ministry of Personnel and rose to the position of prime minister, taking charge of the government. The Tuyuhun Confederation was a nomadic tribe living in the northwest region. Originally Xianbei people, their ancestors migrated to the northwest, and thus, they became known as the Tuyuhun. In the 8th year of Zhengguan, 634 AD, in November, the Tuyuhun people, led by their Khan Fuyan Khagan, launched extensive looting and plundering in Liangzhou, now Wuwei, Gansu. Emperor Taizong could not tolerate this and issued an order to suppress them. Li Jing, who was already in his 70s, volunteered. Emperor Taizong appointed Li Jing as the Grand Commander of the Western Sea Circuit, leading 5 routes of Tang troops, as well as surrendered ethnic minorities such as the Turkic and Chibi, to launch attacks. The main camp of the Tuyuhun was located in Qinghai, on the Qinghai-Tibet Plateau. This battle was very difficult. The Tang army had to overcome altitude sickness, and when the enemy fled, they burned the grasslands to deprive the Tang army's horses of food. Many in the Tang army believed it was not wise to advance lightly, but Li Jing decided to continue the march and penetrate deeper into enemy territory. After arriving on the plateau, there was a shortage of water, and the soldiers could only eat ice and drink snow. Later on, even the ice and snow were scarce, so the soldiers used their military knives to slit the horses' bodies and drink the horse blood. One can imagine how difficult and tough it was at that time, and how tough this battle was. And Li Jing, who was already 73 years old, fought alongside his soldiers on the front lines. In the end, the Khan of the Tuyuhun, Fuyan Khagan, couldn't withstand the relentless pursuit of the Tang army and chose to commit suicide. His son surrendered to the Tang army, and the Tang army returned victorious. Thus, Li Jing pacified the south, defeated the Eastern Turkic Khaganate in the north, and conquered the Tuyuhun Confederation in the west. More than half of the Tang dynasty's territory was conquered by Li Jing's military campaigns. Especially against formidable adversaries like the Eastern Turkic Khaganate and the Tuyuhun Confederation, Li Jing's victories were remarkable. He made outstanding contributions to the establishment and development of the Tang Dynasty. Therefore, Li Jing was the premier general of the early Tang Dynasty, respected by the people throughout his life. In Journey to the West, the character of Marshal Tianping, also known as Li Jing, is based on him and is called the God of War. In the folk tradition, temples were built for Li Jing, statues erected, and people hoped that the God of War would always protect them. Ultimately, regardless of whether Li Jing was truly a deity, his defense of the Tang Dynasty's borders and his resolution of millennium-old problems for the unity of the Tang Dynasty are undoubtedly worthy of being hailed as the premier God of War of the Tang Dynasty. This is History and Culture channel. Like and subscribe are the biggest help and support for us. Thank you everyone, see you next time.